Hollywood banned Keanu Reeves for good.
The Matrix changed my life, and then over these years, it's changed so many other people's lives.
You have a great reputation, by the way, in Hollywood of being a very nice guy.
Keanu Reeves has long been celebrated for his commendable character, yet there have been persistent rumors of Hollywood attempting to oust him. It seems quite shocking that an individual who is cherished by countless fans for his kindness, modesty, and genuine integrity, someone who takes public transportation, contributes significantly to charitable causes, and remains grounded despite his fame, could be targeted by industry insiders. This development has caught the eye of Joe Rogan, who stated, "Hollywood kicked Keanu Reeves out of Hollywood for good." What led to Rogan's assertion? In what ways has Keanu Reeves supposedly irked Hollywood to such an extent? Why has there been a continuous desire to see him leave? Let's delve deeper to uncover the truth.
There are 7 billion people in the world. So when one of them behaves badly toward you, he's actually doing you a great favor because he's saving you time, that he's not worth your while. He's freeing you to say, thank you for the information.
Keanu's voyage through Hollywood is truly extraordinary. Spanning more than 30 years, he has embodied both commercial triumph and profound personal integrity. His movies have amassed a global box office revenue surpassing $3 billion. This figure is not insignificant. It speaks volumes about his enduring appeal in an industry known for its fickleness and transient nature. However, what distinguishes Keanu is not solely his financial success, but his character. In a realm where egos often dominate, Keanu's modesty, benevolence, and warmth make him an exceptional figure. His admirers appreciate him not only for his on-screen performances, but also for the person he is off-screen. Keanu Reeves, born in 1964, had a nomadic childhood marked by his father's absence and frequent relocations. Despite struggling with dyslexia and school life, he discovered his passion for acting at a young age. Dropping out of high school at 17, he pursued his dream, eventually landing roles in Los Angeles. His breakthrough came with River's Edge in 1986, followed by iconic roles in films like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure and action hits like Speed. Amidst his success, Keanu faced personal challenges, including his sister's leukemia diagnosis, which inspired him to become a generous supporter of cancer research. Keanu's personal experiences have been marked by more sorrow than anyone should have to endure. The death of his close friend, River Phoenix, from a drug overdose in 1993 left him devastated. Then, in 1999, as The Matrix was propelling him to international stardom, his girlfriend Jennifer Syme delivered a stillborn daughter, followed shortly by her own tragic death in a car accident. The cumulative weight of these losses could have broken many, but Keanu persevered, not for the sake of fame, but out of a commitment to his authentic self. His story is a testament to the possibility of emerging from profound adversity with compassion and dignity. Despite his popularity and the love he receives from fans, Hollywood has had a contentious relationship with Keanu. It's puzzling that an industry would seek to exclude someone as humble, charitable, and genuine as Keanu. Yet Hollywood's priorities often lie in dominance, authority, and adherence to an unspoken set of rules that Keanu seems disinclined to follow. One notable instance that revealed Hollywood's animosity towards him was Matthew Perry's disparaging remarks in his memoir. Perry made an unprovoked and controversial comment about Keanu, questioning why innovative artists like River Phoenix and Heath Ledger had passed away while Keanu remained. This statement sparked widespread outrage among Keanu's supporters, leading to an online defense and forcing Perry to apologize. However, the underlying question remains, what prompted such an attack on Keanu in the first place? On a scale of 0-5, how unfair do you think Keanu's treatment by Hollywood has been? Comment below with a number. In reality, Perry's comments are not an isolated incident. They represent a long-standing undercurrent of animosity towards Keanu that has been quietly present in Hollywood for years. In 2019, Keanu disclosed in an interview that he was blacklisted by Fox Studios following his refusal to participate in Speed 2. Anyone familiar with the film recognizes it as one of the most poorly received sequels in history. Demonstrating his foresight and adherence to principle, Keanu chose not to be involved. Instead of commending his integrity, Fox chose to penalize him for not compromising his standards. Sandra Bullock agreed to reprise her role, but Keanu's intuition about the film's potential failure proved accurate. Despite this, Fox held a grudge against him, leading to a decade-long period of strained relations. Keanu's resistance to conforming to Hollywood norms extends beyond this instance. In another interview, he disclosed that he consistently refuses to permit the use of deep fakes in his contracts. While Hollywood executives may be enamored with technological advancements, Keanu is wary of their potential risks. He is open to the use of CGI for minor enhancements, but draws the line when it begins to undermine the authenticity of an actor's performance. He recounted an early career experience where a tear was digitally added to a scene he had not genuinely performed, altering his perspective on such manipulations. Keanu has made it clear that he will not support a future where technology erodes the genuineness of acting. However, his stance against deepfakes has not been well received by Hollywood's power brokers. They view Keanu's unwillingness to compromise as a challenge to their authority. Keanu is not merely defending his own artistic integrity. He is advocating for every actor who might one day be supplanted by a digital double. This courageous stance has further alienated him from those who control Hollywood's gates. Yet, Keanu remains undeterred. He is not willing to compromise his values, even if it means facing disapproval or ostracism within the industry. Keanu's skepticism also extends to AI-generated art and music. While others may be captivated by the novelty, Keanu expresses reservations about the broader cultural and societal impacts of such technologies. He raises questions about who has control over these creations and the true value they offer. Keanu envisions a future where artistic and cultural expressions are subject to manipulation, and he is determined to voice his concerns rather than passively accept it. Do you think Keanu's concerns about AI-generated art and music are justified? Comment with yes or no. This mindset does not endear him to an industry that is always chasing the next innovation, especially when it challenges established norms. Keanu has been labeled as difficult, stubborn, and even rebellious. However, these descriptions are merely euphemisms for his refusal to be controlled. Hollywood's modus operandi relies on maintaining control, and those who defy this paradigm are often marginalized. Yet Keanu has consistently forged his own path, whether by declining substantial financial rewards to avoid participating in a subpar sequel, or by resisting technological encroachments on the essence of acting. He has never shied away from taking an opposing stance, which has led Hollywood to attempt to ostracize him. However, the reality is that you cannot expel someone who is not reliant on you. Keanu Reeves is not driven by fame, wealth, or seeking validation. He is involved in his craft because of his passion for it, and he will continue to pursue it on his own terms, regardless of Hollywood's approval or disapproval. This is precisely why fans hold him in high regard. However, his appeal extends beyond his professional persona to his private life. Keanu Reeves stands out from the typical Hollywood star, and this is a significant reason for his enduring fan base. Having been a leading figure in the industry for over 3 decades, he has managed to maintain a low profile amidst an environment that often prioritizes fame and wealth. While many celebrities are eager to display their opulent lifestyles on social media, Keanu remains down to earth, demonstrating that it is entirely feasible to be a star without losing touch with one's true self. Despite being among the most financially successful actors in history, Keanu maintains an air of privacy. He does not seek the limelight. He fulfills his professional obligations such as interviews, red carpet events, and film promotions, but never divulges more than he is comfortable with. This enigmatic quality adds to his allure. He is engaged and courteous during public appearances, but always retains a certain level of privacy, which only serves to heighten his mystique. Fans admire Keanu not only for his on-screen contributions, but also for his personal conduct. He does not seek the spotlight, nor does he require Hollywood's validation. In fact, his understated lifestyle has contributed to his online legend status. Recall the sad Keanu meme that went viral in 2010. A picture of him sitting alone on a park bench eating a sandwich provided a rare insight into his solitary existence. While the internet enjoyed the meme, many saw it as indicative of his more somber past experiences. Keanu has experienced more than his fair share of sorrow, and it is this profound depth of character that deeply resonates with his fans. One of the most poignant moments in Keanu's life was the tragic loss of his daughter, followed by the untimely death of his girlfriend in a car accident. These losses were shattering for Keanu, yet he persevered. Unlike many in Hollywood, he did not succumb to self-destructive behaviors. Instead, he transformed his grief into his craft, particularly in roles that demanded a profound emotional connection, such as his portrayal of John Wick. Referring to John Wick, it's hard for fans not to draw parallels between Keanu's real-life experiences and the character he embodies on screen. Both have endured significant loss and continue to move forward despite their pain. In interviews, Keanu has discussed how he incorporates his own life experiences into his performances. With John Wick, it is evident that he infuses a personal element into the role, which contributes to the character's appeal. What also sets Keanu apart is his enduring kindness and humility amidst all adversities. He does not flaunt his wealth or achievements. Instead, he is renowned for his generosity and simple acts of kindness. Most people are unaware of this side of Keanu Reeves because he is one of the most benevolent among A-list celebrities. We know this not because he publicizes it, but because he doesn't. It is through the accounts of those who have had the privilege to work with him, or the fortunate few who have witnessed his kindness firsthand, be it crew members on a film set or random fans, that we learn about Keanu's generosity. The countless stories of his benevolence paint a picture of a man who genuinely cares for others. There was an instance when he presented the entire stunt team on The Matrix with Harley-Davidson motorcycles. Why? Simply because he wanted to share the joy of riding. Then there's the anecdote from a Reddit user who worked with him on the set of Chain Reaction, stating that Keanu provided breakfast and lunch for the crew every day during the final weeks of filming. Consider that. Most celebrities don't even engage with the crew, let alone offer them meals. But Keanu stands out. Another instance involved him offering a co-worker a ride to the repair shop to collect their vehicle. It might seem like a minor act, but how many celebrities would extend such a gesture? These small acts are indicative of Keanu's authenticity. He's not only generous with his finances, but also with his time, kindness, and attention. One of the most renowned stories about Keanu's benevolence occurred in 1997, when he was pictured sitting on the sidewalk alongside a homeless man. They enjoyed drinks, snacks, and conversation together. Keanu has also forsaken millions from his own earnings to ensure job security on his film sets. It is reported that he has given up as much as $125 million over the years to maintain employment for others. That's not just generosity, it's exceptional. While most top-tier actors are preoccupied with securing their next substantial paycheck, Keanu is focused on ensuring the well-being of everyone around him. Even when he is not working, Keanu's benevolence is evident. There's an account of him waiting in the rain to enter his own rap party because he chose not to use his fame to bypass the queue. The club owner failed to recognize him, but Keanu waited patiently, never insisting on preferential treatment. Stories like these reveal that Keanu's on-screen portrayal of a kind-hearted individual is not an act. It genuinely reflects who he is. There are numerous other instances that demonstrate Keanu's benevolent spirit. Keanu Reeves exemplifies that it is possible to be a Hollywood icon while maintaining a compassionate heart. His generosity transcends financial contributions. He selflessly gives of himself, be it to a fan, a colleague, or even a stranger on the street. This is what makes Keanu a true legend, both in his professional and personal life. As for where he allocates his resources, Keanu engages in unpublicized philanthropy. He discreetly donates millions to children's hospitals and cancer research initiatives globally. This aspect of his life is not widely known because Keanu prefers not to publicize his charitable endeavors. Indeed, one of the world's most renowned actors operates a private foundation that has been making significant impacts for years, yet you won't find his name prominently displayed. He prefers to let the impact of his actions define his philanthropy. Such is the character of the man that Keanu truly is. Keanu is renowned for his willingness to forego a portion of his earnings to ensure that film projects can secure superior talent, costumes, or special effects. A prime example of this was during the production of The Devil's Advocate, where Keanu voluntarily took a substantial pay cut to facilitate Al Pacino's involvement in the film. A similar decision was made for the Matrix sequels, where he opted for a reduced salary to enable the production team to develop the innovative visual effects that have become iconic. These actions underscore Keanu's dedication to his craft and the collaborative nature of filmmaking. In reflecting on Keanu Reeves' journey, we're reminded of the power of authenticity and integrity. Despite Hollywood's attempts to sideline him, Keanu's commitment to his values and craft has only solidified his legacy. His story teaches us that staying true to oneself, even in the face of adversity, can lead to a life of purpose and fulfillment. So, if you're a fan of Keanu, let's hear it. Drop a K in the comments. And for more inspiring stories like this, don't forget to like, subscribe to Iconic Inside, and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. Let's keep the conversation going. Dead celebrities who are actually alive, what really happened to them? Prepare to have your world turned upside down. You thought they were gone, but what if your favorite celebrities aren't 6 feet under? Join us as we dive into the shocking secrets and tantalizing theories that suggest some of the biggest stars may still be alive, living hidden among us. Get ready to question everything you know and hold on tight for a wild ride through the world of the undead. Or are they? Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley, renowned as the king of rock and roll, is widely believed to have passed away on August 16, 1977, at 42 years old due to a heart attack that may have been connected to drug use. Yet a segment of his fan base persists in the belief that Elvis is not truly deceased, holding on to the possibility that he continues to live somewhere. One supposed indication they highlight is an error on his gravestone where his middle name is inscribed as Aaron rather than Aaron. This has led some to speculate that there might be more to the story. The National Enquirer once published images of Elvis's casket open for viewing, with some individuals asserting that the body within appeared to be a wax figure and not Elvis himself. Conspiracy theorists also draw attention to an incident where a person bearing a resemblance to Elvis purchased a one-way ticket to Argentina using the moniker John Burroughs, a name supposedly linked to Elvis. This has led to conjecture that it could have been Elvis making an audacious getaway. One of the more fascinating pieces of alleged evidence is a video showing an individual wearing an Elvis-themed shirt at Graceland, seemingly making what some interpret as a sign indicating he is alive. However, a closer look reveals that the man was merely scratching his head, and the connection to Elvis based on his attire seems tenuous at best.
And it's exactly what you said the other day. Oh, right. Oh.
Despite these claims lacking substantial proof, the notion that Elvis might still be alive continues to intrigue his admirers. A fan expressed this sentiment by saying, "It's difficult to accept that someone with such immense talent and charm could simply be no longer with us. Regardless of whether Elvis is actually still alive or not, his enduring impact will forever be cherished by those who remain devoted to his memory." Jim Morrison. Jim Morrison, known for his magnetic presence as the frontman of the legendary rock band The Doors, was reported to have died on July 3, 1971, at 27 years old in a bathtub in Paris, with the cause cited as heart failure.
Jim Morrison, the lead singer for The Doors, a rock music group, is dead. He was 27.
The absence of an official autopsy or police documentation, and the fact that only Morrison's girlfriend and a medical doctor were said to have viewed his body, has led to persistent rumors that he might still be living. In the 2 years leading up to his supposed passing, Morrison had been confronted with the prospect of imprisonment due to an indecent exposure incident during a performance, which led him to seek refuge in Paris. This situation could have provided him with a reason to fabricate his own death. A particularly extravagant theory suggests that Morrison has since been living as a poet named Richard in Schenectady, New York. This idea is based on a collection of YouTube videos that are claimed to show similarities between Richard and Morrison. A different theory suggests that Morrison is residing on an Oregon ranch known as the Jim Morrison Sanctuary, under the alias William James Lawyer. Support for this theory comes from a video that supposedly transitions Lawyer's face into that of Morrison's. However, the credibility of this video is highly dubious. Do you think Jim Morrison faked his own death? Comment with yes if you believe he's still out there, or no if you think the rumors are just that. Tupac Shakur. Tupac Shakur, renowned for his impactful and emotive rap lyrics and his strong stage presence, was reportedly a victim of a drive-by shooting on September 7, 1996, in Las Vegas. Yet the idea that he faked his own death to outsmart his adversaries, a concept reminiscent of Machiavelli's strategies, has been a popular conspiracy theory among some. A significant element of this conspiracy theory involves Suge Knight, the head of Tupac's record label, who was with him during the incident. Despite numerous gunshots being fired, Knight was unharmed, which has led to suspicions that he might have been complicit in the plan. It is also noted that Tupac, who typically wore a bulletproof vest following an earlier shooting incident, was not reported to have one on during this occasion, suggesting it might have been a deliberate move. Adding to the mystery, no witnesses have come forward to identify the white Cadillac associated with the shooting, even though it happened on the busy Las Vegas Strip. Suge Knight later stated that he never saw Tupac's body and arranged for someone to cremate him without viewing the body, after which Tupac supposedly vanished. Intriguingly, Tupac's final album before his alleged death, The Don Killuminati, The 7-Day Theory, was released under the moniker Machiavelli, which alludes to Machiavelli's philosophy on deceiving one's enemies by faking death. Throughout the years, there have been numerous alleged sightings of Tupac. For instance, some fans believe a photograph featuring Rihanna in Cuba shows Tupac in the background. However, this image is likely altered. In 2011, another video from the Occupy Wall Street movement was claimed to include Tupac among the crowd, but the quality of the video was too poor to be convincing. While these conspiracy theories are captivating, it is important to acknowledge that Tupac Shakur was indeed a victim of gun violence and was tragically taken from us at an early age. His musical contributions and enduring legacy continue to inspire countless artists and fans across generations. Olivia Newton-John's ex-boyfriend. In 2005, Patrick McDermott, the former partner of Olivia Newton-John, vanished during an evening angling excursion off the coast of Los Angeles. The United States Coast Guard deduced that he likely perished at sea. But since then, unverified assertions have emerged proposing that McDermott might have staged his own disappearance.
Yeah, it was very hard. He was lost at sea and nobody really knows what happened.
A decade later, in 2010, investigators commissioned by Dateline NBC purportedly located McDermott alive and residing in Mexico under his original name, Pat Kim. These investigators discovered a pattern of IP addresses accessing a website that chronicled his supposed movements, which directed them to the Mexican Pacific shoreline close to Puerto Vallarta. Nevertheless, McDermott's former spouse, Yvette Nipar, refutes these allegations. She characterized the private investigator involved, Philip Klein, as a notorious serial liar who is merely seeking fame at the cost of a distressing event in our lives. Nipar mentioned that Klein consistently vowed to confirm McDermott was alive but failed to present any evidence. 6 years later, in 2016, more than 10 years post his vanishing, the Australian periodical Woman's Day reported that investigators had discovered McDermott in good health and living in Sayulita, Mexico, where he was said to be with a new partner. Like previous claims, these allegations remain unconfirmed. Olivia Newton-John has also addressed the ambiguity enveloping McDermott's disappearance. In an interview with 60 Minutes in 2016, she remarked, "It's natural to ponder such things, but you must acknowledge and release them. This is essential when confronting challenging times, as there will always be uncertainties." Kenny Rogers. Kenny Rogers, an iconic figure in the realm of country music, may have departed us on March 20th, 2020, but his presence is still keenly felt by many. Fans often jest that he is definitely still with us, a testament to his lasting impact and the sentimental value of his music. This idea is embraced by those who cherish the memories of his classic tunes and captivating performances. Adding a touch of whimsy to this sentiment, a groundskeeper at Graceland, Elvis Presley's renowned residence, has an uncanny physical resemblance to Kenny Rogers. This resemblance has prompted amusing conjecture among visitors, who engage in playful discussions about Rogers' spirit, possibly lingering around, overseeing his admirers and the broader music community. Kenny Rogers is particularly celebrated for the enduring wisdom contained in his well-known adage, "You've got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run." This phrase not only encapsulates his philosophy towards life and music, but also serves as a guiding principle for overcoming life's obstacles. As fans look back on his contributions, they frequently draw solace from his insights, feeling as though he continues to offer them direction. Princess Diana. The enduring fascination with the theory that Princess Diana faked her own death to evade the persistent paparazzi has led some to believe she now resides peacefully in Argentina, managing a prosperous dog grooming business under the pseudonym D. This speculation is supported by circumstantial observations, including an account of a woman with a striking resemblance to Diana driving a fashionable Jeep that displayed an "I Heart Corgis" bumper sticker. The well-groomed canines in Argentina have also been cited by some enthusiasts as potentially linked to the princess's well-known affection for her corgis. Critics, on the other hand, find it hard to envision such a drastic change in lifestyle for someone who was once renowned for her royal elegance. One detractor remarked, "Dog grooming is an honorable vocation, but could it truly be fulfilling for someone accustomed to that much glitter?" The stark disparity between Diana's past life and her purported current existence provokes skepticism, prompting many to speculate whether a humble life surrounded by dogs could genuinely satisfy her aspirations. How convincing do you find the claims of a Diana lookalike spotted in Argentina? Give us a rating from 0 to 5, where 0 is not buying it, and 5 is, it's definitely her. Bruce Seldon. Bruce Seldon, once the WBA heavyweight champion and nicknamed the Atlantic City Express, is alive and well, despite being somewhat eclipsed by the somber happenings on the night of September 7th, 1996. On that night, Seldon fought Mike Tyson for the WBA title at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, where Tyson emerged victorious via a first-round knockout in just 1 minute and 49 seconds. The brevity of Seldon's fight against Tyson has led to ongoing debate, with some questioning whether he intentionally lost the match. Seldon has consistently denied these allegations, asserting, "I didn't train 12 weeks to come in here and take a dive." After his defeat to Tyson, Seldon stepped away from boxing but made a return to the ring in 2004 at 37 years old. While the tragic shooting of Tupac Shakur later that same night has been widely reported, Seldon's name is occasionally brought up in connection to those events. Unlike Tupac, who unfortunately succumbed to his injuries 6 days post-shooting, Bruce Seldon continues to live his life away from the public eye. Since retiring from boxing, he has maintained a low profile, secure in the knowledge that he played a part in one of boxing's most unforgettable evenings, regardless of its outcome. Marilyn Monroe. A widespread conspiracy theory challenges the official account of Marilyn Monroe's death, which was attributed to a barbiturate overdose in 1962. This alternative narrative posits that Monroe was covertly relocated by the CIA to an idyllic tropical island, a secluded haven for those who had become privy to confidential governmental information. The proponents of this theory often point to a vague photograph from the 1980s, purportedly depicting a Monroe-like figure on a beach, adorned with sunglasses and a broad-brimmed hat, as supporting evidence. The mysterious vanishing of her vintage hair curlers is also highlighted as an enigmatic detail. Critics, however, contend that it would be implausible for the CIA to keep such an island secret and maintain Monroe's concealment without incident. They also ponder whether she would have been willing to endure a life of solitude on the island for many years, without eventually becoming restless and potentially publishing a revealing autobiography. Dr. Ralph Greenson, Monroe's psychiatrist, described her as a sensitive, intelligent woman, but she was also an actress and she had a flair for melodrama. Ultimately, despite its captivating nature, the theory suggesting that Monroe fabricated her own death and retreated to a clandestine CIA island is not supported by concrete evidence. In Monroe's own words, "I'm selfish, impatient, and a little insecure. I make mistakes, I am out of control, and at times hard to handle. But if you can't handle me at my worst, then you sure as hell don't deserve me at my best." John Lennon. The whimsical and captivating theory that John Lennon staged his own death to evade the burdens of celebrity and lead a serene existence as a librarian in Nova Scotia has its enthusiasts. Advocates for this idea draw attention to a photograph in a local newspaper that shows a man bearing an uncanny resemblance to Lennon, supposedly organizing books on horticulture. This image has ignited conjecture that the famed musician opted for a tranquil life beyond the public eye. A proponent of this theory humorously questioned, "Have you ever actually met anyone who's read in his own right from beginning to end?" This rhetorical inquiry implies that Lennon's literary endeavors might have been somewhat overlooked, suggesting that he could inconspicuously assimilate into a small community without drawing attention. Nonetheless, skeptics contend that librarians are often poor at preserving confidentiality, frequently engaging in discrete discussions about classification systems like the Dewey Decimal System. The idea that an iconic figure such as Lennon could remain undetected in such an open setting seems implausible when considering the prevalence of gossip in close-knit social circles. Reflecting on Lennon's enduring influence, one commentator remarked, "The spirit of John Lennon is not gone," highlighting the ongoing significance of his music and messages, irrespective of his physical presence or absence. Andy Warhol. The fascinating and whimsical theory that Andy Warhol did not actually pass away but instead transferred his consciousness into a Roomba vacuum cleaner is both imaginative and intriguing. Envision Warhol as a sentient cleaning device, smoothly navigating the floors while pondering the existential significance of dust accumulation. This theory suggests that he now spends his time in introspection, possibly considering the artistic possibilities of domestic detritus. The evidence for this theory is quite engaging. Roombas display an oddly artistic and random pattern in their cleaning paths, which some see as reflective of Warhol's own innovative and avant-garde approach to art. Additionally, it is observed that no one has ever seen Warhol and a Roomba in the same room at the same time. Is this merely a coincidence? One might jestingly respond with a typical conspiracy theory retort, "I think not." However, even for an artist as non-traditional as Warhol, this idea seems to stretch the imagination. Detractors contend that the concept is too outlandish, even considering Warhol's penchant for the unconventional. After all, Warhol once remarked, "The idea is not to live forever, it is to create something that will." Perhaps he valued the enduring nature of his art over the absurdity of existing as a vacuum cleaner. From Elvis to Marilyn and beyond, the intrigue surrounding the possibility of our favorite stars still being among us is interesting. Which celebrity do you think might still be alive, living a secret life away from the spotlight? Share your thoughts in the comments below and let's keep the conversation going. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Iconic and hit that notification bell to stay tuned for more fascinating stories. Let's explore the legends together.